Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast YouTube channel. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is Cash Kraus. That's it. That's it. This is also a podcast. Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. I don't know why I said YouTube channel. We are here on YouTube, but we're also a podcast. But what are we reviewing today, Cash?
Today we are reviewing, this is our throwback to Bond series, doing all the Daniel Craig James Bond movies.
All four of them, leading up to the fifth.
All four, leading up to fifth, No Time to Die, the 25th film in the James Bond series.
Yep.
This is the 22nd, of course, Quantum of Solace, dare I say, the black sheep of the Bond films, of Daniel Craig films. Not the best. I think it works well as a sequel. It's almost like a direct sequel to Casino Royale, for sure, but not the best standalone Bond film, for sure.
Right.
I love doing the series. I've seen all these films multiple times, but I've never seen them like back to back to back. So it's kind of nice. I've always seen them like years in between, so it's nice to like, really can tell where the story is and like where it's going and stuff, because to be fair, there's a lot of moving parts in these James Bond films.
A lot.
You forget who's double-crossing who at times, and you forget what characters are who and like how do they intersect and what do they mean. But watching them back-to-back, it's just cool because I've never done it before. Yeah. It's the way to do it.
Yeah, neither have I. I mean, I watched the first two day after each other.
Yeah,
and
same.
then tonight I'm going to watch the third one. And then hopefully tomorrow, if I have time after work, I'm going to watch the fourth.
Well, Skyfall. I think Skyfall is my favorite, and that's the next one. Yeah. Skyfall is so...
Yeah, I go Skyfall and then Spectre, right?
Yep, Skyfall has one of the best Bond villains in Javier Bardem. He's so good. But Christoph Waltz is Inspector as well, but he's only on screen for like 10 minutes. It's brutal. But this one has probably the weakest James Bond villain in Dominique Green.
What a little Weasley,
the guy, the quote unquote conservationist. He's saving the world, but really he loves oil
and he loves embezzling that money.
Yeah, but just not a great Bond villain. Not very scary. And he doesn't have a good henchman at all either. The guy gets zero. The guy with the
guy's in a neck brace the whole time. One of his henchmen.
He's very fragile. Yeah. He's very fragile. He's got some weird Lloyd Christmas bowl cut that ends up being a wig.
Yeah, it's
he
kind of
falls downstairs and he kind of flops off.
Yeah, it was kind of comedic at times because she tripped him. He just went tumbling down the stairs.
Whole time. Well, that's how he got his neck brace.
Yeah, I know.
He fell down quite a flight of steps.
Quite a few. And she was like, "Oh, sorry." And I'm like, "Ooh,
yeah,
that's rough."
But yeah, he's just. They're really setting bigger things up in this series or in this film for really good villains, but it's just not the best one for sure. It's Bond on a revenge mission. Which you think sounds cool on paper.
On paper,
this is the craziest Bond we've seen.
Yeah.
Which is true. He's killing guys left and right. But like you said, almost to a comedic point to where it's like, Bond,
just take it.
You got to bring a couple of these guys in.
Well, even M's like, dude, come on. We don't have any information on this secret group because you kill everyone you come in contact with.
Yes. If you remember from Casino Royale, they end up capturing Mr. White. He gets shot in the leg.
Yes.
In this one, that's how it opens up. Well, it opens up with a cool car chase scene. Of course, no matter what you think about the story, the action scenes are always top notch.
Oh, they always pay off. Every time.
Every time.
I haven't watched one action scene in a James Bond film that I didn't
Because again, guys are really dying.
Yeah.
Guys are giving their lives for these scenes. And
I know. What is the body? It is so sad. But what is the body count for these four films?
I know.
4?
Yeah, I think it's 4. I know 2 just in Skyfall.
Yeah, oh my God, that's wild.
Yeah.
Can you imagine shooting a movie and dying?
Well, Hollywood is crazy because people die, but they have to use the footage.
Yes.
Because it's this crazy thing where it's like, if we don't use it, he died for nothing.
Yep.
But if we use it, it looks like we're taking advantage of his, like the Twilight Zone movie, is you see the scene when they die.
It's
when those
wild.
kids get decapitated. Yes. You don't see them get decapitated, but you see
the helicopter come down and hit the remnants of it, at least.
But it's like they died for this, so we kind of got to. It's a weird.
It's pretty fucked up.
It is.
But at the same time,
it's like this weird middle ground.
Yeah, if I was in a film and like I died because of it, use the footage.
Please
use the footage. I died to get this footage.
Yeah.
Use the footage.
Don't tell me I died filming an Air Bud action scene and you're not even going to use the footage, my guy.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the feeling you get when you watch these action scenes is like, oh, people are getting hurt during this. I mean, there's it's
getting around.
It's no CGI.
Yeah.
It's guys on wires and shit, but it's especially Daniel Craig. I mean, he's taking the blunt of it. I think he got injured 3 times during this one, he got injured like 4 times in the last one.
That's so crazy.
But bad injuries, man. Not just like regular, like twisted his ankle on his way to craft services. He had to have like screws in his shoulder and like surgery on his face, and like he was in a cast for a long time.
That's so crazy.
He's getting the shit beat out of him. Yeah. It's like night and day from older James Bond films where a lot of those actors were during their time got older during the series. So in the old films, it's like 90% stuntman doing all the action sequences. You could totally tell.
Yeah, and it's wild. I'm looking this up, and I guess one of the stuntmen died of a helicopter accident too.
Yeah, man. People are giving their lives for these bad boys. Crazy. Well, this is the craziest part about this one. Quantum of Solace to date is the most expensive James Bond film.
How so?
I'm guessing the locations. I think
probably.
They built that whole climax facility. I think they built that entire thing out in location. Like they actually built it in the desert to blow it up because they had to blow it up at the end. Yep. So that takes a ton of money.
Yeah.
But $255 million for this one.
That's wild.
And it's and all James Bond films, they look phenomenal. They're always in these amazing locations.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, and they're always super vibrant, bright colors, and even when they're in the slums, it's super bright. It's awesome. But yeah, it's just confusing because this one looks just as good as most of them, but it's the most expensive one, and it's the worst
makes sense.
one.
If they had to build that giant thing,
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah.
It would have to probably be that. I guarantee that's where a lot of money went. And we also have to talk about this. David Harborough.
Harborough, yeah.
Harborough.
Yeah, a young David Harborough. I totally forgot.
I totally forgot he was even in the James Bond film. And then when I saw him,
not a great
I was
character
like,
anyway.
What? No, it's not, because he's like the CIA.
He's a
henchman or
weaselly
whatever.
CIA guy. Yeah,
but completely different than him in Stranger Things. Like this guy's kind of like a goofball. He's a fucking goofball in this, and he's not in Stranger Things. But
yeah, which adds this already kind of goofball movie. Which we say, but it's not nearly as campy as a lot of the older ones.
Yeah.
But as far as like these ones go, again, it's like the stakes are high. The stakes are the entire country of Bolivia. If they don't like get rid of this guy,
yes,
America is going to instill another dictator,
of course,
which is our go-to.
Well, here's the thing.
It's our calling card.
I mean, let's just put another dictator in there. As long as we continue to get the oil and the petrodollar, then we're fine.
It's crazy too because it's
Business
like
as usual.
it's no nonchalant. It's like not even a big deal anymore. And in the films, they're like sending David Harbour, who's like an accountant. Who's heading up. Like he's like, look, it doesn't matter. He's like, whatever, install a dictator. We don't care. Just make sure we get
a cut.
Yeah, of course. And of course, they're dragging Jeffrey Wright, who's underused in this one, of course. He's the CIA agent with a conscience, He's
I know, because I love the way they used him in Casino Royale, and then they kind of didn't use him at all, hardly in this one.
He's like a much more ground to earth or down to earth, actual like real spy. If that was the kind of thing where he's not going around killing everyone left and right. But underused in this one because he's constantly just being yelled at by David Harbour.
Yeah,
who's just such a shitty character, but But yeah, they give all the power to Dominic Green, and I guess there's another villain who is the Bolivian general, who's also just super one-dimensional and kind of, you don't get enough background in him to even care about him.
In the whole thing was like, oh, he takes it, like, it was just too tropey for me, where it was like, oh, he takes advantage of women, and then that was kind of like the only background you got on him is that he had a long history of like assaulting women, but they made that very clear in it. But that was really all we knew about him at all.
Well, even at the end, he's about to rape a woman, like just
The
randomly.
woman that was getting him his drink.
Yeah, I know, like there's. Like, this guy is such, like, a one-dimensional character. Like, rape is the only thing on his mind.
Always. Doesn't matter.
I'm sure
taking over a country? Nope.
He's a dictator.
Rape?
I'm sure he's done some terrible things.
Oh, of course.
Probably starved people. I mean, he's probably killed thousands. Mm-hmm. But this guy is, like, rape. Like, he's looking around. What can I rape around this fucking place?
Well, because think about it. He was taking her, and he goes, when you're done with her, throw her off the side of the boat. The spy.
Well, everyone knows this guy rapes.
Yeah,
he's
apparently.
He's like, throw her a deal. He'll love it. He loves the rape.
Yep.
But, yeah, even, like, bigger things are happening. This guy is about to take over the country.
Yeah.
But he just has to get one more rape in.
Got to get one more rape before he takes over officially. Before we make this thing official. It's just like, geez.
Because he can't get down to business once he's leaving a country.
I know, right?
He'll be too busy.
It was kind of tropey, you're right. Like in one-dimensional as far as a bad guy villain general.
Yeah, show him murder someone.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I mean, because it's like really driving the... I mean, I get... That could have been a scene where it's like, you know, one scene early on we see, you know, that on top of all the other shit, he also, you know, fucking sexually assaults a lot of... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's like... But it's like the only thing he wants to do. Yeah. And it ends up impeding on his character because it's like the mission. Building's blowing up and this guy
is still in the process of trying to rape this woman.
Yeah.
I could not believe that. Yeah. The building's on fire.
Oh, it's crumbling around him.
And he goes, oh, what was that? Oh, no, I got more important things to do.
Yeah.
It was kind of wonky. That was kind of crazy to me. You're hearing gunshots. You see the buildings on fire, yet business as usual with this guy. I don't know. A very focused individual.
Yeah, that's how you get your way to the top.
I guess so.
One track mind. Yeah, he wasn't a great. I don't remember his fucking name. But not a great. And we get.
I do know the actor. The actor is familiar, but
he's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember.
He was just in something that we reviewed too.
Is he the guy? Is he the bad guy in? I'm almost positive he's the bad guy in Suicide Squad, who plays the general.
Yes.
Of the middle. Or the.
It is. Yep. It absolutely
South
is.
America country. He's playing the exact same role.
Yes, it's Joaquin Cosio.
Yeah, he's playing the exact same role in this.
Suicide Squad, yep.
Isn't that weird?
Mateo Suarez, Major General.
I swear his name is Major General in this.
That's so funny, dude. I knew it because I was like, yep. I just saw him in a film that we reviewed, and that's what it was.
I know I've seen him at other things where he's not a general of a South American country, right? But he's being typecasted at this point.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
He is like the Fidel Castro stand-in. Like, he's like, for sure, like, that's what they're casting him.
He was Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. He was a Scorpion.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Scorpion is awesome in Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, too. That's cool.
Ted 2.
So he's always
Spanish version. That's what this says. What? I know. There is an Indian version.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
But he's pretty much always a bad guy.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at. Yeah, he's a big guy for sure.
He is.
Loves to rape women in this film.
Apparently.
We get our Bond villain who, again, is mediocre, I feel like, played by Olga Kurylenko, who's in a lot of things very recognizable. She's always hit and miss for me. It's like 50-50 where she's in something good. But she plays our in and out. I mean, she's not even really a Bond villain because I don't think they never sleep together, right? Or she's not really a Bond girl because they never sleep together.
No, they never slept together, no.
It's bigger things in this one. Again, James Bond is all about getting revenge for Vesper.
Yes.
He's killing his way across the country.
Yep.
So doesn't have time for this goddamn chick who's constantly getting in his way.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Another thing with this film is I thought like the build up and everything, and then it ended, and then I was checking the time like during the explosions and stuff in that room, and I'm like, oh, there's 17 minutes left. This is so weird.
Yeah, well, like I said, it feels
like he was just wandering out in the desert. You know what I mean? The villain at the end, and Bond left him with a thing of oil.
Of all the movies, this is the one where I feel like you don't have to have a Bond villain because it's so fresh in our mind of Vesper dying, and like clearly, you know, he's on a one-track mission to kill everyone and figure out who's behind this big picture kind of thing. But I feel like she's really kind of shoehorned in this, just like we got to have a girl. I mean, it's James Bond. There's always a fucking girl, so we got to have a girl. But it's like her storyline is the whole thing is like she's connected to Dominic Green only to get to the general guy who I feel like could not be that hard to get to.
No, just say, I'm looking for someone to...
wear a skirt slightly above your knee, and that guy is
going to throw you in a trunk.
Yeah,
immediately. This guy is,
Yeah, exactly. So she's really kind of forced into the... And it's just this crossing of like, they just keep crossing paths because they're not even going after the same guy where James Bond is going after Dominic Green and she's going after this general. But
right.
She's in there. Him,
so that's cool.
Of course. You have to end that rape scene after something.
Yeah, I know. God.
But but there are some good scenes. I do like the scene at the opera house when Quantum is what we think of is they're all meeting at the opera and he blows his cover immediately.
Blows his cover, but then they blow their cover. Just enjoy the show.
Not Mr. White.
Right, of course.
We got to go back. Mr. White, who's working for Quantum, a.k.a. Spectre, he says, we got people everywhere. That's a cool scene.
It's a very cool scene because M... the person that
this guy's been my bodyguard for 8 years.
Yeah.
He was at my wedding.
Yeah.
They're really close.
He just bailed.
That's when and that's cool because it's like, oh, fuck. They are very powerful, obviously, if they got to this guy.
Yeah. Well, and that's the long game, too, dude. 8 years, 10 years, someone serving just to make that move when they did. Just to get Mr. White out. Crazy.
And he shot Mr. White.
Yeah.
He's actually, I think he was trying to kill him. I think he was just trying to end it. But I thought for sure it'd be like a cyanide capsule or something. That guy just booked it.
Yep.
See you later. And then we get the chase scene as well. Another on-foot chase scene, which is a great scene. But yeah, fast forward, Mr. White gets shot again, riddled with bullets.
Again.
Is at the opera house, though.
Is that what?
He's at the opera house.
Yes.
Only one not to get up.
Yeah.
Remember, everyone else is immediately like, cover blown.
They got spooked.
Exactly.
Not Mr. White.
And they immediately get up and give Bond his 2008 Nokia phone technology.
Zooming in, yeah. They were like piecing the faces together.
I thought when he pulled that thing out, I'm like, is he just going to get like visual on everyone?
Yeah.
But
well, thank God for Mathis too, his friend, who one of the weirdest things, because at the end of the first one, before you, like back in 2006, you would have just assumed Mathis was a bad guy, right? Because that was kind of how it ended.
Yeah, because he gets taken away.
Yeah, and the new one, they're like, oh yeah, no, he's exonerated entirely.
Well, wasn't it revealed that he was helping her, Vesper or whatever, to help? I mean, because to do that is why they let Bond live in the first one.
Yes.
Because remember, they came in, they shot fucking...
and that was part of the
deal. Shot Mads, and the part of the deal was let Bond live, and then she'll give him money. And then it ended up being he was helping her. I guess they just kind of slapped his wrist and be like... Because he's fucking powerful.
Yes, Mathis
he is. He was like an old spy or something. He's been everywhere. And he, again, I feel like underused in this one. And not a great death. He gets thrown in a dumpster.
He did. Even she was like, this is how you treat your friends? And he turns, he goes, he wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. That's how you're going to do Mathis, man?
I know. And Mathis had a cool life. He's living in a castle in Rome or whatever.
But he just couldn't get away from the game. He wanted one last run. Had
a honey cougar Italian wife.
Did. It's too bad. It's a travesty.
God damn. Just to die away from that life. Just die in a trunk. Just to be thrown into a dumpster.
Yeah. It's not the life I want.
No, shot up to hell, but yeah. And then we do get an actual, I guess the one you would call the Bond girl in this one is I kind of alluded to her in our earlier review, but like the Vesper-esque character of like another accountant.
Oh, the redhead
who was sent there just to tell Bond to go home.
And then he was like seduces her, has sex with her.
Like how? All he says is
come into my room, basically. Or
he says I can't find the stationery.
That's what. Yeah, I can't.
Which
find
is
the
a notepad, which is just a piece of paper. Enough. Boom.
Enough.
Panties.
Clothes off. Everything.
I don't care. Shut up.
Wild.
Yeah, I know. She was there like so stern for like an hour. Mm-hmm. An hour.
Yeah.
And ends up getting her killed in a brutal way too. Which is
very brutal way. Covered in oil, her lungs filled with oil. Yeah. It's a message.
Which is a callback to James Bond with Goldfinger, where there's a James Bond film where his gal gets covered in like gold, liquid gold. She's like covered and dead in gold. This one she gets covered in oil because it's much more realistic, obviously.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, dies, but probably maybe the best character development is like he's unfazed by it.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even care.
M, who's in this film a ton. I mean, Dame Judi Dench, who's phenomenal and everything, of course. But in this one, a lot.
How old is she now? She's got to be getting old there.
Oh, bro, she might be
She's
90.
86.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Still looker.
Oh, absolutely.
She's
legitimately beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Even now.
Yeah. But she's in this one a ton, maybe even too much, I would say. She's great, obviously phenomenal, but they really use her a ton. She's everywhere that James Bond is.
Yeah.
She's like following him around. Well, because he's like, at this point, he's wild card and he's loose cannon in it. They shut off all his credit cards.
The biggest thing with her is trust. She's got to be able to trust her spies.
Yeah, and they shut his credit cards off. Completely cut him off, remember? He still gets around very easily, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
He fucking pickpocketed Mathis after he died. He took out all the cash out of his wallet.
Well, he needed Mathis to get him anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the one who gave him the money to get him anywhere. But yeah, I guess Mathis just is the kind of guy who did not care what happened to him after he died.
I guess not. Just throw me in a dumpster. It's fine.
Throw me in a dumpster, steal all my shit.
You know, desecrate my body. It doesn't matter. I'm gone.
Piss on my corpse. Really, you guys. It's up to you. Take an organ. I don't care. Yeah. But yeah, so that's how they fund him, because he's killing everyone left and right.
Yeah.
He throws a guy from another agency off a building, which he doesn't kill him.
But unfortunately he saw the little weasel's face, so they killed him.
Yeah. But they blame Bond for it.
Of course they do, yeah.
It's a loophole that guy didn't just land on his neck and die anyways. He fell from 8 stories.
Yeah. And luckily fell on
a car, not concrete.
Yeah. Concrete, you're dead.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, yeah.
Car, you got a chance. There's a little
and there. Let's be honest, that guy probably paralyzed from the waist down, broken spine or something. He'll never walk again.
No, they were putting him out of his misery.
But at that point in the film, he's killed too many fucking people, and they're like, Bond, you don't even know you're killing at this point, just left and right.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, the fact that it was an agent, he didn't even bother to get that information should tell you.
But by the scene when the accountant girl, when she's killed, it doesn't even faze him.
No.
And M's like, well, why her? You know, why did you sleep with her? It's kind of psychopath shit. Like, you brought her into, like, she even says, she was just here to take you home, and you brought her into this. He ended up dragging her around everywhere. They went to the party together.
And that's what got her killed.
She tripped a guy.
Yep.
And then she tried to get with old Dominic Green, and he oiled her up.
Yeah, he did. Not in the good way. No, you don't want to be oiled up that way. No.
But yeah, that's arguably the most evil thing his character does. Yeah. And you don't even see him do it. It's off camera.
I know.
But at this point, Bond is he's dead inside.
Yes, he is.
Which is a fast turnaround from the other one. But again, not as cool. There's not as cool villain deaths in this one.
Not as cool as villain either.
No, super weak fucking villain. He just loved the Earth, or people thought. There's even like a almost like a Indiana Jones-esque adventure part of this one where they're down in the tunnels or whatever. What happens when they fall out of the plane?
Oh yeah, they fall out into one of those sinkholes.
Yeah, but I didn't even get like how they got out of that thing.
No idea. It wasn't explained.
Like that's a long where it's like almost like the tunnels of fucking Mordor.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah. It's a long scene.
Yeah.
It's and even getting there is ridiculous where they skydive and they just happen to be right over because they're like, what's all these sinkholes? They're fucking everywhere.
I know they brought it up right before the airplane scene where they're getting shot down. Yeah.
Luckily they had to. But yeah, there's like that whole like adventure scene where it's like, he's like, this is river rock bed or whatever. And he like knows about the rock bed. So he knows, I guess he knew how to get out of there because of that. It's ridiculous.
It is.
It's ridiculous. But I guess maybe the final facility went into that caverns and they just took like an elevator up. I really can't remember.
It was something like that. I do believe this film too, out of the 4 that they've made thus far, I think this was the lowest on Rotten Tomatoes as well.
I think so too. If I remember right, Casino Royale was right around like a 94%. And this one I want to say is a 60 something.
Yeah, 60 something percent. I'm trying to find. I typed in James Bond to see if they would give me just the film, but they're not.
That's a steep fucking decline from the last one.
Yeah, but I cannot wait for No Time to Die. Rami Malek as a villain.
I know.
That's gonna be great, man. I really think that'll be an epic film.
Well, they came back really strong after this one with Skyfall.
Yeah,
I mean they came back really fucking strong. So it seems like. Well, Spectre was good. It wasn't as good as Skyfall, in my opinion. It seems like every other one, though, is really good. So No Time to Die should be that other one, where it's, like, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, so Quantum of Solace got 64%.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think...
and then Spectre got 63%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty low, too. I think that's the only one I haven't seen yet.
Spectre?
I know I saw Skyfall's really good, but yeah, that's 92% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Skyfall?
Yeah, with 382 reviews.
Skyfall's so awesome.
And then Casino Royale, let's see what that one got.
A lot of people call Skyfall the Home Alone James Bond film because there's a scene where they're in a house and they're doing like traps and stuff.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I don't know. I love because the villain's so good in Skyfall. It really carries it. But
Casino Royale's 94.
So it's the highest out of all of them. Yeah. Casino Royale is the one that it both feels the most like a classic James Bond film, and it also feels like it's doing something completely new.
Yeah.
It just caught lightning in a bottle for sure.
God, no reviews yet, though, for No Time to Die.
I know.
October 8th. It's coming.
I'm excited and nervous.
I know. I'm gonna be gone that weekend. So that Friday, I'm going to have to go like a Thursday night or a Friday.
Oh, yeah. You have to see that.
See it.
They were showing Casino Royale in theaters this week.
Really?
At Cinetopia. I should have went and saw it because it would have been awesome. I did see Casino Royale in the theaters when it came out in 2006, but I think I was like 11 or something. Yeah. I think I've seen almost all of them in theaters.
I think I only saw Casino Royale and Skyfall in theaters.
I definitely
didn't see Quantum of Solace.
I definitely saw Skyfall in theaters. I want to say I saw Quantum of Solace in theaters, and I remember specifically walking away and just being kind of bored with it.
Yeah,
like that was, even though the actions are great, I just thought it was just like you said, all the characters kind of boring. There's not much more character development in this one, besides a little regress in how Bond deals with things. He ends up at the end of this one kind of be like, I just can't kill everyone.
Well, this is good news. Okay, if we're doing the math here, so Casino Royale 90s.
That's what I said. Every other.
Yes, Quantum of Solace 60s. Skyfall 90s. Spectre 60s.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get a 90s.
Hopefully. Is that your math? Is that foolproof?
It's like Le Wolf or whatever. Mads guy, Le Chief.
Is that's your foolproof reasoning?
I hope so.
Method. I have a lot of faith in the director of No Time to Die. It's Cary Fukunaga who did
the
first.
No, I'm just joking.
He wanted to do it.
I know.
But he did True Detective.
Yes.
Directed the first season of True Detective.
Yeah. We actually reviewed that on this podcast, didn't we?
I don't think we ever did.
We didn't do?
I know I got you to watch it.
I watched the full season, yeah.
But I don't think so, no. That's a phenomenal show.
The One Killer. He's such a creep. He's a good actor, though. Great actor.
Oh, yeah.
Great actor.
But yeah, of course, if you're going back and you're going to watch No Time to Die, I'd say watch them all. But Quantum of Solace is the one to skip.
Yeah. I mean, you might lose some context, but
we might be arguing which one's better with Spectre. Or with Quantum Solace versus Spectre.
Oh, versus Spectre, yeah.
Of which one is the worst. I didn't realize Spectre was so low. Spectre, unfortunately, has great villains that are completely underused. It has Dave Bautista. Mm-hmm. Doesn't have a single line in the entire film, though.
Yeah, that's
and he's not in it a lot either, so.
Yeah, see, I don't think I saw that one. I don't think I saw the fourth yet.
Well, you got to see it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I absolutely.
I mean, literally,
because we're reviewing it. Yes, I absolutely will.
Don't come to review and have not seen it. I'll be upset.
Film.
Okay,
yes,
so you have to see it. Yeah.
I can't, yeah.
But I think to know about No Time to Die also, you have to see it.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what.
Have I convinced you yet?
That's the game plan. Yeah, that is the game plan. I do intend
and go back and watch all 22 other films as well, because you're really not going to know what's happening if you don't know how Sean Connery
that's true.
fucked his way through a decade.
Oh, he did. He absolutely did.
Giving every woman the clap that he came into contact with, unfortunately. But
what was that? What was that one film? League of whatever. League of Legends?
Extraordinary Gentlemen.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Which I loved when I was a kid.
I watched that as a kid so many times.
But you go back and that's when you go back and watch it now, and it's
awful.
We're getting off on tangent, but he only accepted that film because he famously declined Lord of the Rings because he didn't understand it. Didn't understand League of Extraordinary Gentlemen either. But immediately accepted it because he's like, I can't give up another film also because he's so fucking old and he's got no in his brain.
No idea.
He doesn't know. Comic books?
Sometimes a woman deserves to get slapped.
An open ham slap is all right every now and then.
Yeah, we'll call that very old school.
We are going to drop the interview. There's his PR guy in the back. What have I done?
This is the worst job I've ever taken in my life. Why am I here? This man is impossible.
Him and Clint Eastwood, the PR guys must be like walking on eggshells when they are around
sure. Can you
a hot
imagine?
mic with.
Oh yeah, with Clint Eastwood. I don't want to know. It's better left unlistened to. I don't want to know, dude. They're from a different generation. Those old men.
I'm sure it's like that and like.
Sean Connery passed away though.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago. Yeah.
In obscurity because of his unfortunate statements and his unfortunate beliefs. Because he's so, Sean Connery, he is.
Didn't he blame it on his wife?
He just said it. He thought it was okay to give a woman an open slap every now and then. It was. I think he slapped multiple women, not just his wife. But
he died on Halloween. That's right, 2020.
So spooky.
Yeah, it is super spooky.
He
was 90.
Yep.
90 years old. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
That's a full life.
Yes, it is. I don't know. I want to say there's probably, I think 3 living James Bonds still. Timothy Dalton, Pierce Bronson, and Daniel Craig.
Wow.
Yeah. There's only been like 6 or 7 altogether.
Right.
But
alrighty. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there.
yeah, I think so. We had to get off on the Sean Connery tangent.
It's not every day we get to talk about Sean Connery on this podcast.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
He's slapping the shit out of some angel in heaven.
Poor angel up in heaven right now. The angels going to angel HR being like, well, why did God allow this guy? He's just slapping people.
How did he get in here?
Yeah, how did he get in here?
My question. Yeah.
All right.
Different times.
Different folks for different strokes. Backwards, different strokes for different folks. All right, that is our review for Quantum of Solace, James Bond 007. You guys know the deal. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krausen. Until next time.
Bye.